Hi, I can totally trip with you with this physical memory spaces. It's something I have already been working on a lot, and it's a subject that I'm interested in. And I think going from a completely reliable physical sensation to a completely abstract space that only feeds the thinking and not so much the physicality can be a very interesting transition. What I'm getting a little bit confused with is the idea of narrative, because how I have been thinking about it so far was that we try to, or that I try to avoid a set narrative. I don't really know why I got into that. I don't know what I have against narratives, but that's also how I came with the idea of the map originally, was that the map is present and it helps you create some sort of narrative, which is a more spatial narrative, but of course that also creates another sort of abstract narrative, and that is in opposition to having a set form of movement material that you know you're always going from one to the other. So with the idea of the map, I think you can start, even if you always start from the same place, you always have the choice to go into other places afterwards. So you can either go to the city of the orcs on the right side of you, or to the staircase running up the other way on your left side. And when you have a narrative, you will always have to go from the staircase to heaven. So yeah, I still have the time question. I'm also starting to feel that it's all going a bit too fast, because I would like to try all the different things, and this is maybe the obvious thing to say, but I think that until we don't actually just decide on either one thing or two things or three things, I don't mind finishing with 5 scores today, but until we haven't decided on something that we actually are going to try, it's going to be difficult to actually, or maybe it's great just to keep on inventing more and more and more and more and more ideas, and then in the end having like a whole pool full of them, and then trying all of them or not trying any of them. Okay, and the other thing is trance dancing. Well, as I don't know if you remember, but in my previous video some days ago, I was telling you that I have actually been trying to do like this map idea, this imagination trip, without the trance dancing. So I was just, and it's of course a very different rhythm. I think if we start with even the tiniest map with 2 ideas on it, and we add the trance dancing for that, we already have a 5-hour long dancing session. Because, well, if you really stay truthful to the trancing, it takes very long to go from one thing to the other. So let's start with reduction in order to, maybe not. What do you think?